How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Massive Beer Reviews back with yet another review. And it is Bourbon Barrel Aged Quad time in the form of Boulevard Brewing's Smokestack series, Bourbon Barrel Aged Quad. Super excited to give this a whirl. Never had this beer before. I had a couple of Boulevard beers before, their Rye on Rye. I had the regular 6 glass, which is their Quadruple that this is loosely based on. Tank 7, a couple of their other offerings, and came away pretty impressed. So yeah, super excited to give this a whirl because I love me some quads and I really like their quad. And who doesn't like stuff aged in bourbon barrels? As far as what it says in the bottle, Smokestack series, Boulevard, special limited release ale, bourbon barrel quad, aged in bourbon barrels with cherries, 2014 edition. Let's see, 11.8% alcohol by volume. Number 6 in the Boulevard Smokestack series. And on the back here we have based loosely on the Smokestack series 6 glass, this Abbey style quadruple. After fermentation on cherries, was separated in a number of oak bourbon barrels, were aged for varying lengths of time, in some cases as long as a year. Selected barrels were then blended for optimum flavor. The resulting ale retains only a very subtle cherry characteristics, with toffee vanilla coming to the fore. Our special limited release ales are produced in batches so small that when they're gone, they're gone. More information, check the website. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, yeah, 11.8% alcohol. Batch number, like I said, it says Best by 2016, so they're using a 2-year date on this. So this is 2015, so you're talking about most likely around a year-old beer. Let's see, it was bottled in August, so a little bit under a year-old beer that could possibly be aged in barrels for up to a year. So yeah, let's see. Oh, label-wise, it's cool. I like it. You know, pretty old-school style labeling there. Nothing too crazy, nothing too pretentious, to the point. So I dig it. So there we go. Let's see if this cork will cooperate. Whoa. I like it when they come out normal. Ooh, it almost smelled cherry there. Never had this before. A friend of mine had it, and he was telling me, it definitely has a decent cherry tartness to it. Which is cool. I dig a little bit of cherry in my beers. Nothing wrong with it was a Castle Donker, or not the Donker, the Rouge. Has a decent amount of cherry going on in it. So not a huge sour guy, but a little bit of tartness works. First things first. 3 fingers full of head, gigantic head. Decently small bubbles, kind of just slowly moving up to larger ones. To the top, nice creaminess going on there. Color-wise, I mean, it looks exactly what you want a quad to look like. It has that rich brown tint of orangish color to it, with a super high density and some funk kind of floating around there. Little yeasties or something like that going on, but not too much. I mean, it looks the part, absolutely. So, yeah, let's see what she smells like. I mean, you don't really get much bourbon out of it, just a hint of it. But other than that, it's very quadish, quintessentially quadish. The Belgian yeast is not huge, but it's there. It's more that that dark fruit that's prominent in there. The cherry's there, but it's also like a nice datey figginess going on. Nice candied sugar, like a brown burnt kind of candied sugar, caramelized, and a really nice sweetness to it. Like I said, there's not a huge bourbon characteristic there, not a huge barreling on the nose, but you can definitely sense it. The cherries there, I'm not sure if it's actually from it being fermented on cherries, or it's just that dark fruit coming through that you typically get from a Belgian quad, but yeah, it smells pretty damn nice. So, looks the part, smells the part. Let's see if she takes the part. Cheers. That's a good beer. You definitely get more barrel in the mouth than you do in a nose, but it's still super well balanced. It's not in your face. Some bourbon barrel aged beers be super bourbon in your face, knocking you over. This is I don't want to say subtle, but it's even parts with the beer. The bourbon's there, but it's not overly sweet and not overly boozy. The actual barrel itself there is there. Nice oak to it, but not overpowering. That tartness is there, but it's very small and it's on the finish, and it's really nothing other than to remind you that it's there. It's not overpowering. It's all in all a super easy drinking bourbon barrel aged quad. Yeah, it's kind of interesting because you get it when you first get it. Get a taste of it, you get that barrel, then it kind of moves on to your atypical Belgian quad characteristics, your dark fruit, nice breadiness to it, and then it kind of moves on with a little bit of cherry going on, and then just finishes that with a little bit of tartness. So it's a ride from like sweet to like middle of the road to like not as sweet, but then finishes with that just a little bit of tartness. Kind of takes you on a nice little journey of flavor. It's a pretty interesting beer. Superb mouthfeel. Nice and fluffy, creamy. It's a really nice beer. It's very, what's the word I'm looking for? Delicate, very gentle beer. It's not in your face, but there's a ton of flavor to be had, but it's very, it's serenading you. It's not screaming at you. It's, you know what I mean? It's massaging you. It's not punching you in the face. And it's just doing its job pretty damn well. Yeah, I dig it. Rating wise, I would give it a 92. Solid 92. Really nice beer. Aging, I don't know. It's weird with your you're adding cherries to stuff, and then when you're doing a multi-barrel aging. Aging might be a weird thing for this one. I'd like to age at least one out to see where it goes with it, but I wouldn't wait more than a year or two on this. Just personal preference. Person who loves aged beer, I'm all about it. But when you start doing, fermented on cherries combined with my cat yelling at me, combined with all those barrels in there, it can go sideways real quick. So just a little tidbit there for you. So yeah, what did I say? 92 overall. 92. Value and availability. I can't get it around me. That kind of sucks. So if you're in northeastern Pennsylvania, it's kind of a no-go for you. So I'm going to have an availability of a 2, but once you go one state over, New Jersey, you can find it. I believe it's coming in between, I want to say $12 to $16 bottle, maybe more, like pushing 20. I forget. A friend picked it up for me and gifted it to me. Thank you, Wade. So I would, at $20, I would not blink an eye at this. In a perfect world, it'd be coming in at $17. If it's around those price points, you judge for yourself. So yeah, just a really nice beer overall. Absolutely pleasure to drink. Super smooth, super easy to drink, and just really hard to find a fault in it whatsoever. Really well made. If you're really into Belgians, quads, and strong darks, and you want to try an American take on it that gets it very, very close, from yeast characteristics to mouthfeel to the whole nine, I think their regular quad and the bourbon barrel aged one is pretty spot on. So that's definitely worth picking up if you're into those kind of beers. If you like bourbon barrel aged stuff and you want to try a Belgian twist on it, you don't see a ton of Belgians barrel aged, so that's a cool thing if you're into that. And you're just into good beer in general. It's worth giving a whirl because it's a really good beer. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. If you did or you didn't or somewhere in between, please leave a comment in the comment section below. If you like, check us out anywhere else on the internet. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Untapped. Massive beers in all 4 of those places. And yeah, another review down. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a nice bourbon barrel aged quad right now. And hopefully see you next time. Cheers.